There is a man in Ohio who has never posted a single video, never built an app, never pitched an investor, and never once trended online. Last year, his business quietly deposited over $400,000 into his bank account. He owns no patents. He sells no software. What he owns are 11 machines that wash clothes for strangers, tucked inside a single-story building on a street you drive past without noticing. And that contradiction is the entire story we're about to tell. While the world chases unicorn startups and overnight viral products, a small, silent group of investors have been getting rich doing something almost nobody talks about. They are buying boring. Not exciting, not glamorous, not the kind of business you'd mention at a dinner party expecting applause. These are businesses built on machines, concrete, and repetition. They don't need a genius founder. They don't need a breakthrough idea. What they need is patience, a little capital, and willingness to operate somewhere most entrepreneurs refuse to look. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why some of the wealthiest quiet operators in America have been building fortunes not by inventing the future, but by owning the present, one coin, one washer, one parking spot at a time. Let's start with the laundromat because it's the most misunderstood cash machine in the country. Most people assume laundromats are dying, relics from a time before every apartment had its own washer and dryer. But here's the twist nobody tells you. In America today, roughly 30% of households still don't own a washing machine. That includes renters in older buildings, students, low-income families, and people living in cities where space is too expensive to waste on appliances. That 30% isn't shrinking fast. If anything, as rents climb and apartments shrink, it's staying remarkably stable. A well-located laundromat, the kind tucked into a working-class neighborhood near apartment complexes, can generate anywhere from $20,000 to $80,000 a year in pure profit. And that's before you even consider add-on services like wash and fold for busy professionals who will pay triple the price just to skip the chore entirely. The entry cost isn't small. Buying an existing laundromat with equipment already installed typically runs between $100,000 and $300,000, depending on the number of machines in the lease. Building one from scratch, on industrial-grade washers, commercial dryers, plumbing upgrades, ventilation, can push past $500,000. But here's what makes investors lean in. Once it's running, a laundromat needs almost no daily involvement, no inventory to restock, no perishable goods, no staff wages eating your margin, because most locations run unattended, monitored through a simple camera feed. The machines themselves do the labor 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whether you're asleep, on vacation, or building your next investment somewhere else entirely. But nobody tells you about the hidden costs until you're already in it. Water bills alone can swallow 15 to 20% of revenue. Machines break down, and a single industrial washer repair can cost several $100s in parts alone. Then there's the silent killer, neighborhood decline. If the apartment complexes around you empty out, or a competitor opens 2 blocks away with newer machines, your foot traffic can evaporate within a year. The smartest laundromat owners don't just buy a location. They study population density, rental vacancy rates, and how many competing laundromats sit within a 2-mile radius before they ever sign a lease. Location isn't just important here. It's the entire business model. Now let's talk about something even smaller, even more overlooked, and somehow even more profitable per square foot: vending machines. This is the business people mock the hardest. And ironically, it's one of the lowest barrier paths into real cash flow that still exists. A single machine costs between $2,000 and $5,000 depending on whether it dispenses snacks, drinks, or specialty items like fresh coffee or healthy meals. Placed in the right high-traffic spot, a busy office building, a gym, a hospital waiting area, one machine can generate $200 to $800 a month in pure profit after restocking costs. That number alone doesn't sound life-changing. Here's where the psychology of this business reveals itself. Nobody who succeeds with vending machines owns just one. They build routes, 20, 50, sometimes over 100 machines scattered across a city, restocked on a rotating weekly schedule. At that scale, a vending operator can be quietly clearing 6 figures a year, all while spending maybe 15 hours a week driving between locations. The real skill isn't in the machine. It's in the negotiation, convincing property managers and business owners to give you that patch of wall space, often for free or for a small percentage of sales, because you're the one solving their problem of hungry employees and vending complaints. The hidden trap here is theft and vandalism, especially in poorly monitored locations, along with the unglamorous grind of actually restocking machines in the rain, in traffic, at 6 in the morning before a client's office opens. It's not passive in the beginning. It becomes passive once you've built the route and, ideally, hired someone else to run it. That transition from operator to owner is where the real money starts. And it's the same transition we're going to see repeat itself across every single business on this list. Self-storage is next, and this might be the most quietly explosive category category in the entire boring business world. Here's a number that should stop you. Self-storage in America is now a roughly $40 billion industry, and it barely existed in any serious form 50 years ago. Why? Because Americans accumulate things faster than their home can hold them. Divorces, downsizing, military relocations, small businesses needing overflow inventory, college students storing furniture over summer break, all of it funnels into storage facilities that, once built, require almost no ongoing labor. A small self-storage villa with 50 units can anywhere from $300,000 to over $1 million to develop, depending on land prices in your area. That's a serious entry point, not for beginners with a few dollars to spare, but the payoff structure is what makes real estate investors obsessed with this asset class. Occupancy rates in state markets regularly sit between 80 and 90%, and once a facility is full, it prints itself. No stoves to worry about, no plumbing inside units, no tenants calling at night about a broken ear, just steel boxes, a gate code, and a monthly automatic payment. Profit margins in self-storage can reach 70% or higher, a number that would make most traditional businesses jealous. But the mistake newer investors make is underestimating how brutal the early years can be. Filling 50 empty units from zero takes months of marketing, sometimes over a year. The empty unit during that stretch is pure cost, no revenue to offset it. The operators who win are the ones who buy in growing suburban areas before the competition notices, lock in a price advantage, and let population growth do the heavy lifting for them over the following decade. Now picture something almost embarrassingly simple. A concrete pad, a few vacuum stations, and some high-pressure water wands. That's a self-serve car wash, and it might be the closest thing to a money printing machine that still involves getting your hands dirty, just not yours. Startup costs range from $150,000 to $400,000 depending on whether you're building from scratch or converting an existing lot. But once it's built, a well-placed car wash in a mid-sized town can pull in $10,000 to $30,000 a month in revenue, especially during spring and after snowstorms when demand spikes hard, or rather its lack of one. Self-serve car washes run completely unattended. Customers insert coins or tap a card, wash their own car, and leave. There's no payroll bleeding your margins dry every 2 weeks.